another video. So we're here with Charlie from Blue Brother. Pleasure to have you on, mate.
No, mate, thank you for having me. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, so we're doing a Premier League table predictions. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to start off. 20th, I've gone Burnley, which for me is quite an obvious one for me. I don't think they're anywhere near good enough for the table, if I'm being honest. I think they're even though they conceded 16 goals in the Championship last year.
Yeah, they were very good defensively last season. They were good, Bogs. They've lost Trafford now. They lost Egan Riley, who are two massive parts of that defence.
Yeah.
And
they have
Burnley,
signed to be fair, but I think still I don't see them doing much. I know Marcus Edwards and Broja are good signings from. But yeah, what about you, mate?
Yeah, I'd have Burnley bottom as well. To be fair, they said lost key players from that good defence. Yes, they've added Ugo Chukwu. Yes, they've signed Broja, both from us, but. I just don't think they've got enough to stay up, to be honest. And I would have them bottom. I think it's going to be a difficult season for Scott Parker.
Yeah. 19th place, I've gone with Wolverhampton Wanderers, right? For a couple of reasons, right? Cunha left. And their manager's quite recent, right? And I don't think that they're that stable as a club at the moment. I think that it's going to be very close. I honestly see top and bottom teams being 40 or 50 points in it. That's it. But yeah, for me, I just don't think they're a strong enough side. I think obviously Gary O'Neill left. I know that was a bit of a while ago. I think if he was there now, then I would probably bet him to stay up. But I think now they've got no shot, personally.
Fair enough. I'm going to go Leeds 19th. It's a big ask, Daniel Farke. Yeah, they've made a few signings. Calvert-Lewin's come in, bit of Premier League experience. Whether he can stay fit or not is another question. They've got some good players there, but I think this could be really difficult for Leeds unless they add more quality in key areas to that team. So I'm going Leeds 19th.
No, yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't think Leeds are a great side myself. I think that I get that. 18th place, I've gone West Ham. If I'm being honest, I don't know. I think there's teams going up, which obviously we'll explain later, which is obviously why I only have put one of them to go down. But obviously I'll explain that. But I don't think West Ham are a great side. I think that their transfer business has been, maybe could have been worse, but for me, I don't think they're good enough.
No, fair enough. I hear it. They have struggled under Potter. In terms of my 18th place, I'm going Brentford. I think Brentford could be in big trouble. Thomas Frank has gone. They've promoted set-piece coach Keith Andrews to become manager. That's a big step up for him. They've lost Mbeumo. They've lost Visser. They've lost Norgard, three of their big players. And I'm just not sure how they're going to react with that, how they're going to react with the big change. And I just don't know if the players that they've brought in is going to be of the required quality. I think they're in for a really difficult season. I think they could go down. So I'm going Brentford 18th.
Yeah, I get that, to be fair, because obviously they've sold Flecker as well. Yes, they've signed Kelleher and Jordan Henderson, but I honestly don't think Jordan Henderson's going to be much in the Premier League now. I know his old teammate Milner has done all right, but for me, I completely understand that. I feel like Brentford always find a way and to sort of climb themselves up the table a bit, which is why I haven't, but I completely see it. 17th place. Manchester United, one of the easiest ones for me, I think.
Yeah.
Now, this is, by the way, non-biased, right? It might look like it, but trust me, I just think United, with with the three going up that have, I know obviously I'll put Burnley to go down, but I still think they're going to fight. I think it will be close, right? See, Sunderland, so many new signings. And I honestly think, right, they could go down, right? And this is just, I don't think the league, right? I think this is going to be one of them league seasons where last season you could have said, it's one of the worst Premier League seasons in terms of quality. I think it's going to go the complete other way this year. I think when United are slipping up, teams like Sunderland that have that passion, Everton with a new stadium, I think that United are going to get away with a lot less than they did last year. I think that Bruno Fernandes, is the only real good player, and his stats. By the way, I believe he's got 2 more non-set piece goal contribution than Enzo Fernandez, and he plays quite deep, right? So, and that's their best player. So I don't know. I don't see him doing well.
Fair enough. 17th for me is going to be Wolves. I think they will stay up. But yeah, look, again, they've lost Cunha. The sort of the signings they've made have not been great in my view. They've had a difficult pre-season. I think they've got enough to just about stay up, but yeah, I think they're in for another tricky season.
100%. Now, my 16th is Tottenham Hotspur, right? Now, I know they've won Europa League, but they've signed Kudus, right? And I think, and Pellegrini on loan, which I think is a fantastic move, personally, right? I think he's a great midfielder. Maybe one of the most underrated midfielders in Europe. You could argue Pellegrini. I think he's quality. But for me, I think they're just not good enough. I think maybe a manager that's not as stubborn could help them. But at the same time, right, I think that Thomas Frank won't really know what to do with them. With Brentford, they had a low budget. Over Tottenham, they've got all these new players. Obviously, they've got a much bigger fan base. I think Thomas Frank won't really know what to do. I think they will stay up. But yeah, that's for me. I think Pellegrini, with experience in like a Premier League survival race, whatever you want to call it, will help. But again, I think they need to try and find a bit of consistency, because if they don't, then I see them dropping into the 18th place, 19th even.
Right, okay, fair enough. In terms of 16th, for me, going West Ham, again, another difficult season. They should be a bit better this season than they were last season. You know, Potter, with a full pre-season under his belt. Some of the recruitment's been good. They haven't done anywhere near enough. They need a lot more. And I don't know if they're going to get the required quality they need. So, yeah, for me, I'm going West Ham 16th.
No, I think that's completely fair enough. For me, 15th, Brentford, I think, plays Crystal Palace, right? I mean, I actually thought they were going to go down at one point with European football, but I think they've got a really good squad and they're going to keep all their best players. So, for me, 13th place, Leeds. I think they're going to have a really strong season. I think they're a really strong squad. For me, 12th, Brighton. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be that great. I think mid-table's about where they're going to go. 11th, Everton. I think they've got a new stadium. A new bit of buzz about the club. So, and they signed Mr. KDH. Right? Signed Kevin De Bruyne's... See, Kevin De Bruyne looks up to him. No, I'm joking. But they've got Killer Juice, who I think is going to be really good for him. 11th, 10th, Fulham.
Fair enough, mate. For me, 14th, I'm going to go Bournemouth. I think they've lost a lot of key players. Yes, they've reinvested and bought some exciting potential, but their backline's been decimated. They've lost Kirkez, Zabani, and Hoyson. They bought Petrovic in goal from us. They've made a few additions to replace those players. I think that could be difficult. I'm going to go 14th Bournemouth. I'm going to go 13th Fulham. I'm going to go once again 12th place Crystal Palace. And then in 11th place, I'm going to go Brighton.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, am I doing 10th as well?
Yeah.
And then 10th place, I'm going to go Crystal Palace.
All right. I think that's fair enough. Now, should we do 9th to... We'll do 9 and 8 together and then we'll do European football.
Yeah.
So, 9th, I'm going Sunderland. I think it's going to be a really strong season for them. I think they're a very, very good side. They've got lots of signings that excites me. Well, I think it would be exciting to them at least. Enzo Lafite, Simon Dinger, Granit Xhaka, Musaku. So they've got experience of surviving relegation. They've also got high-level experience. I think they're going to have a really, really good time. For me, 8th, Bournemouth. Now, I think Bournemouth are going to have a really strong season. I think they're a really strong squad. Hoyson leaving, Kirkez leaving is going to hurt them, but for me, I think they're side on the up, so that's for me.
Fair enough. 9th place for me, I'm going to go with Everton. I think they're on the up at the moment. New stadium, made some great signings. Dewsbury Hall, Jack Grealish. Good signing fullback from Bayern Munich as well. They'll probably have a little bit more before the window closes. I think they could be set for a good season. So I'm going to go Everton 9th, bit of a surprise package. And then my 8th place is Nottingham Forest. I think they'll probably finish top half. I think they'll miss out on European football, Europa League, juggling that. They've made a few signings and stuff, but I don't think they'll be anywhere near as good as they were last season. So I'm going to go 8th place Forest.
So you're going Sunderland above Forest?
No.
You haven't said Sunderland, have you?
Yeah, I did. I said them 19th. That's why I said them 17th.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I was thinking, when are you going to go Sunderland? Alright then. Should we do our 7th and 6th together and then Champions League?
Yeah,
so my 7th, I'm going Aston Villa, and I think they're going to do alright. I think Ollie Watkins is still not at his best. And then 6th, I'm going Forest. I honestly think they've got the best centre-back partner in the Premier League. Arguably. I think you definitely put them in the top 2 for me. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it. What about yours, mate? And right, they've got rid of Anthony Elanga, and I know he's a very good player, but yeah, I still see him doing well.
For me, in 7th, I'm going Tottenham. I think they'll do well under Thomas Frank. He's a proper coach. He'll have them much better drilled side. They'll be a lot better defensively. They need to add more in the window, but I think they'll finish 7th. So 7th place for me is Spurs, and then 6th place again. I'm going Aston Villa. I don't think they've done enough to get into the Champions League, but they kept the bulk of their players. They've added 1 or 2. They need more, but I think they've got enough for a top 6 finish. So I'm going Villa 6th place.
Makes sense. No, Champions League, right? The top 5, right? For me, 5th is Newcastle. I think they're going to have a strong season. Looks like Isak's going. What's your thoughts on the Isak situation?
Yeah, obviously he's not been handled particularly well. I think maybe Newcastle have been caught a bit off guard, thinking that he might stay this summer and then he'd obviously leave the following summer. It's all got a bit unsavoury, but we've seen this happen in football a load of times before. It's unfortunate, but it's just kind of the way these things go.
My take on it is, I think they're planning to sell him, right? But maybe they're just trying to squeeze every bit of cash out of him possible.
Yeah, they want to get as much money as they can, for sure. And they won't let him go until they've got a replacement lined up.
And if I'm being honest, it sounds bad, but I'd probably do the same thing if I was in their situation. Try to see how much money they can get off him while looking for a replacement. Alright?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, my 5th is Newcastle. I think I've said that right. But I've said they're a really good side, and I think 4th is Arsenal now. I think that's a max they're going to get. I honestly don't. I see him dropping off a bit. I think it'd be funny if they got 2nd, but no, I'll go 4th from. 3rd, Manchester City. I think they're going to go a bit on the up, but without Kevin De Bruyne, which is a big part of that club, I think they're going to struggle a little bit at times. I know they've got Reinders in. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, he got Reinders in, yeah.
I think he will, but ultimately he's not Kevin De Bruyne. At least not yet.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. So you've gone.
Now, do you want to do your 5th, 4th, and 3rd, and then we can
Yeah. So 5th, Newcastle. I think they've probably got enough to get in the top 5 again. Obviously, need to add more. Depends what happens with Isak as well. 4th place, like you, I'm going with Arsenal. I think they'll fall away. I really do. So that's my 5th and my 4th. Have you done 3rd?
Yeah.
And 3rd for me is Chelsea. I think we'll challenge. I think we'll do better than we did last season. But I think the top 2 are just gonna be better than us, basically.
For me, 2nd place, Liverpool. They've got loads of new talents in, right? Wirtz, Kirkes. Mate, the list goes on, honestly. Maybe Isak, right? Now, I wish I'd got some paper and written this down, right? I think I've written Wirtz down on a bit of paper, but, you know what I mean? I think they're going to be so good. But 1st place, right? Our beloved Chelsea, right? I think that I think that we've got, arguably, I think we've got the best manager in the Premier League. Controversially, I think we're a very good side, and I think that João Pedro getting us a number 9 will tip us over the edge, right? In João Pedro, and also we've got 2 strikers that can do different things. So like we're gonna have if you need a physical striker against a Burnley, or just say a physical striker, we've got one in the lab. But if Burnley are doing a low block and we need somebody to try and get through it, we've got João Pedro, right? I honestly think, I know Etike's had a very good pre-season, but that's just my view on it, mate.
It's a bold shout. My second place is Man City. I think they'll be much improved. I think they're going under the radar a little bit. Not many people are speaking about it. They made some good signings. They might add Donnarumma in goal. They might add Rodrigo if Savio ends up leaving. So there's room for improvement now. I think City will go close, but they'll come just short. And then my champions again are Liverpool. I think they're a team to beat. They've recruited really well, added some real quality this summer. If they get Isak as well, that front line and going forwards is really scary. I just don't see anyone else in the Premier League being able to compete with them.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Quick question: who do you think your top? Who do you think the top scorer and top assists?
Top scorer, I think, will be. I'm gonna go Erling Haaland, and in terms of assists, I think Cole Palmer could be right up there.
Yeah, I'll say quickly. I'll go João Pedro, top scorer, and assist Cole Palmer. There you go. Thanks for joining me, mate. I know we've had a few problems with the internet, but the power of editing can solve that, so that's all good. Pleasure having you on, mate. Hopefully you'll be on again sometime soon.
Yeah, of course, mate. Thanks for having me.
And you. All right, then. Goodbye.